Merry Christmas, guys! It is hot in Australia, which is why I'm wearing a t-shirt. I think it's meant to get up to 36 degrees today.
I haven't looked.
Yeah, 36 degrees today, and it is hot in Australia. For all those people who are very confused, it's summer in Australia during Christmas. I know, very confusing. The equator, what is that? Anyway, Merry Christmas, guys. You get a lecture, that's what you get for Christmas from me. Yeah, and that's the video. Oh my god! I'm so sorry.
Outtake.
Literally the Grinch just ruining Christmas over here. Okay, episode 6, do you want to pass it to me?
Yes.
He's got to pass it.
Gotta pass it.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
I'm actually really excited because you haven't done so bad. I thought you've done bad, but I've really found some hidden gems so far. So now I've said that. Why did I say that before opening this?
Who knows? You always made that mistake.
Christmas Evil! I have not seen this one, I don't think. This is the original director's cut. I don't think I've seen that.
Read the bottom. Read that.
Is that me?
Yes.
The greatest Christmas movie ever made. Oh, John Waters said that. You know it's going to be very controversial if John Waters likes it. It's rated R. It's from 1980 and it's 95 minutes long. I'm really glad that most of the movies you picked have been around an hour and a half because I can't take it anymore.
I really did. Remember how I got you that like double feature one time? I honestly thought about getting you like the entire Scream collection or something like that and just going like...
I wouldn't have mind Scream.
Yeah.
Don't do it though. Harry is obsessed with Christmas. In fact, he wants to be the authentic Santa Claus with the real suit, sleigh, and reindeer. Ever since he learned the truth about Santa, he tried to make Christmas a reality. Growing up a toy maker, Harry is met with naysayers and critics who mock him for his beliefs. Finally, we get to the horror part. But he wants to get people the presents they deserve, even if it means giving the gift of murder. There's a couple of highly regarded, I don't know, like so bad they're good Christmas movies. I don't think I've heard of this one. Even Nightmare Maven and I have not spoken about this one for a potential Does This Offend You? So I have no idea what this one's gonna be like. I guess we're gonna have to give it a go. Merry Christmas, guys. Let's hope that this is a good present. What? That was a ride. I was not expecting that. This movie is also called Better Watch Out, which I did not know. It's from 1980 and it is directed by Lewis Jackson. Lewis Jackson's done 2 other films before. One I can't find any information on, and the other sounds very interesting, but it says coming soon, so I don't know if it was ever released. It's called The Transformation, A Sandwich of Nightmares. It looks very interesting, but again, it says coming soon and there's no ratings on it. Very interesting, because I was wondering when this was happening, what kind of director is this? This movie is very serious and I wasn't expecting it to be that by looking at the cover. It looks like a cheesy movie, but I guess I'm just really used to horror movies, Christmas horror movies being cheesy, and this one is actually really sad and serious. I would actually relate this to the Joker of, 2019 Joker, of being very similar in the way it's executed. It's about a guy who has like a bad childhood trauma, as they all do in these movies, and he kind of grows up. He's mentally unstable and he grows up feeling a certain way about Christmas, and he can't understand how everyone else doesn't feel the same way or share the same joy or take it as seriously as he does. And he actually follows all of the kids in the neighborhood and writes naughty or nice on the list. He works at this toy factory, and yeah, he just is very much all about Christmas. And then one day he just kind of snaps, where it just reminds me so much of the Joker in the way that he snaps and how serious it is and his mental issues in the film. Something interesting I read about this film is that the director wrote it after smoking marijuana in the 70s and having a vision of a Santa Claus holding a knife, and that's where the idea of this film came. And apparently this film was made because even though it was written before Halloween, the reason it kind of got off the ground is because Halloween was such a success, and a maniac walking around with the intention to hurt people was a great selling point at the time. This one really relies on the main actor. There's not a lot of dialogue that carries the film. It's quite a simple story, but it relies on his performance and his emotional response to a lot that will carry you through the different stages of the film. But in all, it's quite a disturbing and sad film. It's not like a fun holiday cheer film by any means. it's kind of put me in the dumps a little bit, to be honest. It's made me a bit sad, but I did respect how serious it was. I think that the reason a lot of Christmas horror movies are also like horror comedies is because it's something fun to watch in the festive season, and this was just really tragic, and the end is very sad, and it's up for interpretation. There's two different ways you can interpret the ending, but yeah, it left me in a very sad state. One thing I did not like during the film is that they had a lot of dips to black to separate scenes or time passing, and that really reminds me of TV spots, you know, like TV movies. It seems like a spot that's particularly cut for advertisement, so I'm not really a big fan of that in movies, but I guess in these older films it's definitely something that is more prevalent in their editing style. Other than that, I don't have a lot I can say about this film because it is so simple. I don't want to give away anything. I probably would recommend it. This says it's the original director's cut, so I assume that that's why it was so disturbing, but I didn't think it was a bad film at all. When John Waters said it was the greatest Christmas movie ever made, I thought it was either going to be like just really controversial and like funny and out there, offensive, or like really disturbing, and I think it's the latter. I think it's very disturbing. So if you're into sad Christmas movies, and I'm watching this on Christmas Day, if you're into sad Christmas movies, this is the one, guys. I found it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10. I didn't not like it, but I didn't like it. I thought it was well done for what it was, but it's just not something I'll watch again. Yeah, quite sad and somber. I'm gonna go watch A Nightmare Before Christmas because that always gets me into the mood. And it's so hot, and this is so sad, and it's just not doing well for my seasonal depression. So I hope you guys like this one. If anything, now you know what this movie is about, which I would never pick it. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another 12 days of Christmas. We're gonna keep going until the end of the month. So another movie tomorrow, hopefully not Christmas themed. Bye guys.